Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues and the Batman universe. Today we are taking a look at the Super NES. That's right, Super NES. Remember those days? This is The Adventures of Batman and Robin, and this came out 19 years ago in 1990. That's right, 1994. And let me tell you that what you're seeing right now, I filmed this after I played the game. And let me just tell you, I was 12 kinds of rusty and I could go right through this game normally and just play it very well. Like I said, I've not played this in about 19 years. I was probably playing this into 1995 off and on. So let's say for argument's sake it's been 17 years since I've played this video game. And you will see a lot of that. I'm not sure how, because I had set up the camera and I was talking as I was playing. I'm not sure how some of the commentary is going to sound because I haven't got the footage on my computer yet to kind of hear and start doing some of the editing. So I may end up doing a voiceover track in certain spots, so I'm not exactly sure, but as you are watching this, we'll find out if I'm just going to leave the audio as it stands or if I'm going to be talking it over. Again, this came out in 1994, and here is the box art. And I apologize, the lights are flickering. We're getting a really bad thunderstorm and rain and lightning and all that kind of stuff. The rain has kind of let down a little bit, but the lights are still kind of flickering off and on. So maybe kind of funny, the camera's not tied into the power cord or anything like that, so everything else could go off, and we'll find out. But here's the back of the box art. Kind of see. It's made by Konami, remember them, back in the day. It says there are games and then there are cartoons. Now there is The Adventures of Batman and Robin. What is the difference, you ask? Precisely. Batman battles through 8 tough levels. Let me tell you, they were tough 18 years later. I'm not remembering. Some stuff I remember, some stuff I don't. But 18 levels of villainy to hit your TV screen. You'll be amazed at the animation style graphics. And I gotta say that the graphics do look like they pulled them right from the animated series. So as far as the aesthetics look, it is right on with the animated series. You'll be awed by great sound and stirring musical score. Wait till you hear the score. You'll swear you're watching the hit animated series except for one tiny detail. You control the action. Using a combination of brains and bronze, you'll decide the fate of Gotham City as you strategically lead Batman on his missions to eradicate the villainous mayhem. Operating out of the top-secret Batcave, you'll use smoke bombs, batarangs, and batarangs is capitalized in bold letters, and all the other ones aren't, but hey, you'll have that. X-ray goggles and all the weapons in your utility belt you can hold as you swing across the rooftops and dash through the dark alleys, tracking down the elusive Catwoman. You'll try to put a stop to Two-Face as you race through the streets in the Batmobile, and you'll enlist the aid of Robin to put the Penguin out of business. You can relax, though, because the Scarecrow, Joker, and Poison Ivy and their motley crew will crush you and take control of Gotham City. I think it says, you can't relax. I said, you can relax. You can't relax. I can't read. All this pulse-pounding action is waiting inside. Before you're done, you'll wish you had... It was just in it. Wow, try reading that. All the pulse-pounding action is inside. Before you're done, you'll wish it was just an animated TV show. So, that and all the hard reading and... what you'll see here, I do a few levels. It was nice that I have the instruction book, and I think from my Nintendo magazine that I used to get, I cut out the passcodes or the stage codes. That there's a password screen. Remember those days you go and push all the corresponding buttons to unlock things. So I don't play all the levels. I think I play most of the very first level, and I think maybe level 3. As I was reading the back of this, I didn't remember there was a Batmobile level. That is not on here. Like I said, with a lot of these videos, especially in reference to the video game, if you want to go onto YouTube, I'm sure somebody has hooked their Super NES right into the computer, and you can watch every level and go all the way through. This is just kind of a quick little little review of the game, and for those people that may have forgotten the game or kind of wanted to check it out again, this is your opportunity to do so. And like I said, this is not filmed with the super high definition. It's not ripped right from the computer. It's with the camera pointing right at my computer screen. I get it in frame. Pretty good, and like I said, it's not grainy. It's just a little muddy. It's not too bad. But you'll get a chance to see the video game and kind of hear me play it. So sit back, relax, and let's watch me play, or try to play, The Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Super NES. Let's go. 1994. How old were you in 1994 when this came out? Konami. It's been... Here we go. The music's already better than some of the last few video games that we've had here. Let's see if I can remember even how to start this. There we go. Helps if you read the controllers. It says amused to death. Takes a little while for the camera to focus here. The days before having voice actors in a video game. I remember it being kind of this cheesy. Oh, we're in for a treat today, folks. Part of me, as this was going on, had always kind of thought, oh, maybe there'll be some voice somewhere, but, Nintendo wasn't exactly into the voice department yet, and very few games did have any type of speaking part. Usually any of the speaking you would hear would actually be normally just in the oohs, ows, and uhs of the video game, but it's pretty typical for a Super NES. Again, this is a 1994 game. The Amusement Mile. I don't know if it was called that in the animated series. I'm just sitting here kind of watching. I always really kind of enjoyed this game as I was playing on. See, I can't even really concentrate to talk right now because I'm reading what's going on. I just remember having a lot of fun with this game, and kind of hoping to kind of experience the same things as I get to play this. So you get a chance to pick the explosive or the device that you would like to have. So I think you can kind of move, deselect some of these other things, and I can pick up the gas mask instead. So we're just going to go with the ones that the game has selected, and I haven't had really a chance to look at the controls yet. I'm going to kind of base this off memory and see how good my memory was from 1994. So there's Batman, and the backgrounds are done really well. It looks almost exactly like the video game. So with a Batman sit long enough, he'll kind of stand up. The music's, pretty decent for, Super Nintendo, but the backgrounds, there's Batman, he's kind of crossing his arms and his legs there. So in the typical Super NES, we have Y, X, B, and A are the buttons. So it looks like the Y is the punch. The X button is giving me all my special features there in the upper corner, which is kind of cut off on the screen. The jump, and I believe the A button will use those. So there's the grapple. Like I said, we won't play too much just so you get a chance to see what this is like. Now I I don't exactly remember how to get up there. I always thought this was kind of hard to of course you get the same cheesy graphics going, cheesy graphics, but the same there was a way to pull yourself up. I think I'd remember that. Nope, don't remember. We'll just keep going. Wow, the fun's with Super Nintendo games. And this is back in the day of, if you died before a certain point, you didn't get to the checkpoint part of the video game. So there was no automatic saves if you didn't make it through. Of course, there's Harley Quinn. Apologize for the blurriness. So the camera's trying to focus on what is being written here on the screen. Now, a lot of these scenes are taken right out from the video game. That was the Joker's little gag from Christmas with the Joker, where we had the Joker. I am not doing really good. So maybe I had to change to a Batarang here. There I died. So as long as you can make it into the level, you're pretty good. And that really takes a lot out of you. And that was something that I always had a hard time with, is getting this jump down right. There we go. Be able to jump back and forth. Oh, so much fun. So we'll try to take a first look at this level here. I'm not really doing a really good job there. You move. Of being able to describe what I'm seeing. You can kind of see what I'm seeing here. This is probably the grapple. Oh, trying to figure this out. There's a way to get me to ascend. There it is. Oh, trouble with this. Oh, gotta move. So if I remember right, this might be the first fight with the toy soldier. Again, this is kind of like the Christmas with the Joker episode. This is probably where I'm gonna die. There we go. Having to try and jump up the staff to kick him. Is it gonna let me continue? Yes, it is. So we'll try this one more time here. I'm doing a horrible job trying to play and talk at the same time. Kick him in the head. It's a little bit harder than what I remember doing. And I think that was one of the hard things that I had trouble with this. You had to get kind of in the right spot to be able to pull some of these off. And it's always kind of kicking something out of the top of his hat. And I had a very hard time getting up to the top. There we go. Top of the toy soldier to break it down. Kind kind of remember that being one of the frustrating things. There's our little meeting with the Joker here. And more text for us to read. So again, given for the time that this game came out, I did think it was, I would say ahead of its time, but Super Nintendo was doing a pretty good job at putting out video games, and yeah, you had a lot of the same cheesy music playing over and over and over again in a level. So normally what happened, that if my friends and I were playing some of these games, we would normally turn off the sound if it really you didn't need it for a particular level, if it didn't chime a certain way, if it was just music playing over and over again, especially in shooting games, we would just turn on regular music and be listening to it while we played the video games. And I think I could probably make this go a little bit quicker. And something that was really fun about this particular video game, that they took a lot of different scenes from video games, and then even some of the Phantom Menace stuff does appear in here, and just some of the different things you would have to do. Batman is the only playable character, although Robin would come through in one level and give you some different keys and different things like that. There we go. Apparently, there it is. Come on, you gonna focus? So there we go. That is the end of kind of the first part of the video game. I could continue to go on. I remember this level being just a little bit harder. This is the very first level. So I was able to make it all the way to the boss part of this fight. But I thought it was a little chance for you to kind of see some of the video game play. Granted, I did not make it towards the end here. I may do the continue here, and if I get a little bit farther, maybe I'll turn the camera back on. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I use my passcode here that I found inside my instruction manual. So we'll kind of go through this just a little bit faster. We'll get a little bit of a Robin level here. This is level 3, so I skipped ahead to from level 2 to 3. So I'm kind of making the cheesiness of the writing go a little bit faster. So this time, let's take my X-ray goggles. I wonder if I can take everything. Now, if it lets me take everything, I'm going to take everything. And there's Robin right there. There's the flashlight. So fortunately you can't pick Robin. Alright, Robin, you go that way. Got it, Batman. Be careful. Cheesiness of the writing. We know Paul Dini didn't write this. So we see a little spot here on the floor. That's the thing I don't want to hit. See, there's one right there. A little dot. Hopefully you can kind of see it on your screen. There's the infrared. Some kind of bird-like thing. Oh, so cheesy. Again, Paul Dini did not write this. But giving with probably the information that they had to use to cram into the game, you're going to get some cheesiness out of it. So we'll turn my handy-dandy light back on. Try not to blow up across the floor. And we'll see if we can't play just a little bit of this level here. It's really hard to get some of the controls to work properly. A lot of the side-scrolling games, you have to get right in the right location to make things work sometimes. gotta hit that one. Of course, I'm blowing up here. So this is just a little look at this level here. I think as I'm kind of 12 kinds of lost here, this was something I really had a hard time with this level. Was getting it to work just right. So I think what we'll do, we'll pause here, we'll kind of see maybe just one little more section. A little more? You know what I'm trying to say. Gotta love having the password codes that you wrote down in your book that long ago. And this will be the gauntlet. This is the final level of the video game. The graphics are cheesy, but at least the bat signal looks like the bat signal there. We have, you know, Commissioner Gordon delivering us more cheesy dialogue. So this is where everybody that you face in the game thus far, you're going to meet them at the old warehouse. That line was so cheesy. That was serious. We'll just take everything. Because why wouldn't you? You're Batman. You take everything you need. So there's the Penguin. So there's like a lot of boss fights all in this level. I remember Penguin did a lot of the stupid flying around. So there we go, finally got rid of the Penguin. I think the Riddler might be up next. Scarecrow. The Scarecrow's level was really good in this game if I remember correctly. So I'm probably not going to make it too much farther in this game, unfortunately. There we go. So the bad thing about these games that tries to focus here, gonna focus, that you end up starting almost right back at the very beginning. So we're gonna pause it right there. That's gonna be the end of the look for this video game. And we'll give my thoughts to it here in just a second. Thanks for watching. Alright, that was a look at the Super NES, The Adventures of Batman and Robin, and all of its, what is it, 32-bit glory? Because I think the regular Nintendo was 8-bit, this was 32-bit, like, ooh, 32 bits. Being that it's 19 years later from playing it, the experience obviously changes a little bit in sitting there playing with it, and you know, only having two real buttons that are doing anything, and then the other two buttons are some toggles, and you got some blocks and things like that. Coming just off of playing Injustice: Gods Among Us, or even, you know, a little more recently, or a little bit in the past, I guess, playing Arkham City and hearing a full voice acting cast and score, to this game only just going and hearing you know, all that type of stuff, and just a synthesizer or like a Casio keyboard type of a score that you could hear the Batman animated series theme played in, you know, different types of versions, but it's just the same thing over and over and over again. and then you have a different variation in the next level. So I know this video was probably a little bit long, and some of these are probably going to get a little bit longer. I kind of wanted to be able to show you some video gameplay. Like I said, I don't have the Batmobile level in here because at the time I was putting in the passcode, it was late at night trying to figure out what levels were what, because it didn't say like Penguin level or Joker level. I never wrote that down, and the instruction guide doesn't say which level comes next and who is what. So I just kind of randomly picked one of the levels to go to, and I again went to the last level. Trying to look at this objectively and go, okay, let's go back to 1994 when I was first playing this game, and not look at it at 2013 and go, oh, this game's crap, it's so boring to play, or you can't do this, you can't do that, because I'm used to being able to have save spots and, you know, be able to really move the characters and things like that. Although I remember in 1994 when I was playing this, that it was such a drag. If you died, you went clear back to the beginning of that level. I think in one spot, maybe if you got through one section, then you went to the middle of that. But if you got all the way to the end and happened to die at the boss fight, you went back to the beginning of that particular level. And in some cases, you went clear back to the very beginning. And I remember that being such a pain in the rear to do, that there were a couple times where I would just be trying over and over again, and you get through a certain spot, you're like, okay, jump here, do this, do that, and then you would kind of get frustrated, end up getting killed earlier, and have to go back again. So I remember that there were a couple of times I just sat the controller down and like, okay, I didn't play it for a couple days, came back refreshed, and you know, attacked the video game again. So I'm kind of curious to go back through and play the game from beginning to end again. I know I could do it, but trying to do it for the purpose of this video, I didn't want it to be long, and I'm sure just I was doing some editing and I reshot this part, that I know I'm currently at 24 minutes, so I know this is going to be a long review, and I fully expect people to kind of fast forward through some of this stuff, but I do like it, and if you still have it, I think it's worth going back and checking it out, and it just kind of puts you back into that time, a much more simpler time. And if you do have this game or have the ability to play it, play something on your current gen system right now, and then go back and play, and there'll be a nice stark contrast. Or you don't even have to do that. Just pick it up, get your old video game system out, dust it off, and play something as old of a system as you can, and that'll really make you appreciate where we are right now. So that's enough. I'm sure we're probably at the 30-minute mark by now, so I apologize for the length of this video, and I fully realize that these last couple video game reviews are probably going to be a little bit longer, because it's kind of hard to just show you 20 seconds here, 20 seconds there of a video game. So thanks for watching this far, those of you that did. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues and the Batman Universe signing off, saying we will see you guys next time.